Mason, I got to take a drink, man.
Don't edit this out.
Dan's
out. Choking a little bit. We'll see. We'll see where Mason's loyalties lie if this makes it in the video.
Edit that out, Fleming. I hired you and I can't fire you. All right, let's go.
Welcome in episode 7, Mostly Peaceful. My name is Chris Hand, joined as always by the loved Dan Mandis. Nashville loves Dan Mandis. I don't know if you know this.
I didn't know that.
We did an impromptu poll on my show the other day. Who do you love more, Dan Mandis or Mark Levin? Everybody said Dan Mandis.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's so kind. You don't yell at him.
No, I don't. Not that they can see anyway. Maybe during the breaks I might have a thing or two to say.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about today. You brought a video for us.
I did. You know what? We might want to call this episode race baiting.
Oh, is that what it is?
Maybe. And it's a video of, and it's a really disturbing video. It's a video of a white man. He's a pizza delivery guy, and he is trying to deliver a pizza to somebody. He knocks on the door, and then out comes a black woman, and she obviously lives there, and she comes up, and she sticks her phone in his face and starts filming him for no reason at all. And he's like, "Why are you filming me?" And then she just starts harassing him just because she feels like she can do it. And so finally, she knocks the pizza out of the guy's hand. And it is complete BS. And the guy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's mouthing off to him. And the guy is just defenseless. He picks up the pizza, and then she knocks it out of his hands again. And then he's like, gets a little like ready, like he wants to punch the living crap out of her.
Right.
And then she says, "Why don't you come into my apartment? Come into my apartment." And you know why she wants the pizza guy, the white pizza guy, to come into her apartment? Because then she could say that he broke and entered into her apartment or whatever, and she could pop him. And I, for the life of me, don't understand what exactly it was that she was trying to do, except the only thing I can think of is that she decided that it was time to harass a white dude. I mean, I don't know.
All right, let's watch this video.
Okay.
And then we'll comment on the backside.
All right.
This is crazy.
Why are you taking a picture of me?
You don't like that? You don't like me taking pictures of me?
Oh, why would you?
Because I want to. You stand in front of my door, so.
I'm standing in front of his door.
Oh, so not. Why are you looking at me?
I'm waiting for him. What the fuck, bro? Are you dumb?
No.
He's coming.
Oh, so then why are you looking at me?
Oh, well, come on, man.
Go inside. Come inside. Come inside. Step inside. Step inside.
She knocked the pizza down, bro.
Step inside. Step inside. Come on. Come on. Step inside.
That is insane. What kind of person thinks that they can behave like this? And I love the silence by, just everything. Like, the media is not going to cover anything like this. It'll go viral on the internet. But and I don't know, obviously, I don't know if the media should cover something like this. It's kind of mundane. But my issue is, if the roles were reversed,
Right.
it would be breaking news everywhere.
Oh, yeah. It would be everywhere. CNN, MSNBC.
Yes.
And it would be a huge story of
Donald Trump's America.
Donald Trump's America. MAGA strikes again.
Yep. I do feel like they're pivoting back to Donald Trump as a racist in that whole narrative.
That's all they've got.
That's it.
I mean, it is all that they've got. But as far as this woman goes, I guess my question is, if you're in that position, if you're the guy, what do you do?
I don't know.
There's
I don't know.
nothing you can do. I mean, you can't hit her.
Well, I mean, and even
That
if-
would be assault, and that's what she wants.
That's probably, yeah, she was probably egging that on. And then you know what they would do, too.
Yeah, I know.
If he did hit her, they would release that 15-second clip.
Yep.
You'd see nothing about her throwing the phone in the face, knocking the pizza out of his hands, and it would be an evil white man doing evil white things.
Oh, yeah, and it'd be hate crime.
Yep.
On top of that. So I don't know if this guy is in this position. Society has evolved to this point or devolved to this point where people feel like they can treat other people like that. And in this instance, it is a black woman who is tormenting, and that's what I would say. That's what I would call it. Tormenting this white guy because she feels emboldened that she can do it.
But I feel like this is a lot of the black community in general, because there's a lack of consequences and accountability for treating people so lousy. There's no punishment for any of the crimes that are being committed. And it's like this lawlessness of this air of I can do whatever I want.
And we're seeing that, and that's part of what's going on in Washington, D.C., right? That's
Yeah.
why you had so many of these Democrats who were so appalled by the National Guard coming in. It's because, they feel like they are emboldened and allowed to do whatever godforsaken thing that they want to do. These criminals, regardless of skin color, but these criminals come in and they, again, are emboldened because society and the soft on crime DAs have allowed them to get away with, a lot. And so that trickles down into just bad behavior in a hallway where somebody thinks that they're allowed to come in and just intimidate and harass and berate a dude just trying to deliver a pizza. It was totally unprovoked, this video.
It's crazy. I saw one. Did you see the one with the woman who's walking down the street? It's a white woman pushing a baby stroller, and a black woman is walking by her and just spits in her face.
I saw that.
It's insane.
That-
Play
that
that
is
video
horrifying.
for me, Mason. Mason's producing. Play the video, Mason.
She yelled it. She acting stupid out here right now. Oh, check her out. She start hitting the. Oh! Oh, why you spit on her? Oh! Yo, she out here going yard it. Nah, she just spit on. She just spit on the lady's face with the baby.
Completely unprovoked.
All the woman is doing with the stroller is walking down the street. This woman walking towards her just hocks a loogie.
Well, and the gross thing is, like, you don't know what's going on with that woman. You don't know what her medical history is. You don't know if she has some kind of communicable disease that if that saliva was to get into your mouth, you're infected.
Well, that's assault.
Yeah.
That is assault. And if you're the woman with the baby who just got spat upon, it's like, okay, so this woman just assaulted me. Now, what am I, societally speaking, what am I allowed to do?
Exactly.
Can I retaliate? Now, if I'm the white woman and I've got my baby there,
Yep.
I actually don't do anything.
Yeah,
Because
if she's that unhinged, what is she capable of
you
next?
don't know what somebody like that is willing and able to do. And so I think you leave it alone. But I think the point is that we have a lot of people in this country who just feel like they can do anything that they want to do. I mean, we could go back a couple of weeks and talk about what happened in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
where we had the white woman and the white man, and they were beaten to a pulp. And
We could go a couple weeks back further to Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf in Texas, where
yes,
a young black kid stabs a white kid, and now they're fundraising off of it, and they're selling T-shirts, Justice for Carmelo.
right.
The family buys or rents a brand new house, buys a brand new car.
And here's the thing, is that if everybody else can talk about race, then why can't we? A couple of white guys. And I do understand that there's going to be, some people out there that would attack us and, oh my gosh, they're being racist. No, we're talking about specific incidents that we've seen, and we are disturbed by these specific incidents, and we're disturbed at the incredible bad behavior of what we're seeing. And a lot of this is on video, and they don't care.
Yeah, we'll be called racist for being observant, and reading crime stats
Mhm.
and things of that nature. But all we're really saying is, what's with the double standard?
And there is a double standard.
There's an absolute double standard. And this is one of the reasons why the Trump administration is pushing back for meritocracy. If you're a good person, you're a good person. It
Right.
doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. If you're good at the job, you're good at the job. But it seems like when it comes to crime, skin color definitely is affecting outcomes, whether you're even charged or whether you're released that same day. The benefit doesn't go towards us.
No, it doesn't. And that has consequences because we have a lot of folks who are in these cities like Oakland, cities like Washington, D.C.,
Yep.
where there is a culture of crime. And I've said this oftentimes on my show, and I think I said it a couple of weeks ago here on the podcast, where when you have a culture of crime and you have all these criminals that are running around and they're allowed to do whatever godforsaken thing they're going to do, well, then you know what that does is that impacts the entire community. And oftentimes that community is full of people of that same skin color.
Yeah.
So
Well, it makes me laugh so hard because they'll be like, it's racist that Donald Trump sent the National Guard into D.C.
Yep.
It's like, he's helping a 90% black community.
that's the thing.
Like, I saw so many videos. There was a one viral video. This woman, black woman, she's sitting at a red light and she goes, guys, you don't know how nice it is to be able to sit at a red light in D.C. and not be looking out my mirrors and be worried that I might be carjacked.
Yeah, you've got videos. And this is the other thing that I've noticed, and this is really interesting, is that you'll see a poll from like the Washington Post, right?
Yeah.
Washington Post, they'll walk around and they'll say, well, we've got all these people in Washington, D.C. who are against what Donald Trump is doing, sending in the National Guard, right? So you have that, but then you've got all these videos on TikTok and Instagram of people from Washington, D.C., and they're black, and they're like, we love this. We can go out at night. We can walk the dog without fear of getting, murdered or hit by a stray bullet. And so who do you believe? Do you believe the ultimate liberal newspaper, media outlet like the Washington Post, who anything Donald Trump does is racist and bad? Yep. Or do you believe the people that are posting videos that are saying, wow, this is really nice?
There's videos of the homeless too, like cleaning up a lot of homeless, and shocker, it's not just black people. Like there's a lot of white homeless people in DC, but they're like, finally somebody's offering us some help instead of just a crack pipe.
Yeah,
like it's amazing what that change is doing, and it does seem like there's some real change happening in DC for the better of DC because of these actions that Trump has taken.
So it came up today on my show where people are talking about, okay, so Governor Lee here in Tennessee is sending the Tennessee National Guard to Washington, D.C. Hello. What about Memphis?
Yes, I heard that on your show, and I was like, it's so on point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a Governor Lee move.
It is a Governor Lee move.
And he waits until, just like when we sent our National Guard to help Texas at the border after Florida did it.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to send our National Guard to D.C. after Trump does it. It's like, how about you declare a state of emergency in Memphis and go clean up the crime there? We talked about the Cash Money Boys or the Fast Cash Boys. One of the rappers in this group got killed. The video, it looks like Baghdad out there.
Oh, all those bullets.
Oh my gosh.
It does. It sounds like Baghdad. It sounds like
and it looks like a nicer, like if you didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice middle America residential neighborhood. This stuff shouldn't be happening there.
And the thing is, like, you and I are talking about this, and we intimated this earlier, but somebody watches this and they could very easily call us racist because we're pointing out crime statistics.
Because we're observant.
Because we're observing. But here's the deal. I'm advocating for the most of the people that live in these neighborhoods who, okay, they're black, but I'm advocating for them.
Yes.
Because I don't want them to be victims of crime. I don't want their children to grow up to be criminals. I want more for these people and their families, these parents and their families, because most of the people that live in these neighborhoods are good people who are being held captive by the smaller minority of people in that neighborhood who are the ones that are committing the crimes.
You can't make America great again and leave Memphis out.
No.
There's no making America great again and not fixing Chicago.
Right.
Like that is part of the deal.
And the crazy thing is that there are so many people that are against trying to fix these cities. That's the thing that frustrates me to no end, is that there are times when our country can't get out of its own way because of these blue cities and the Democrats who are soft on crime.
Yeah. It's everything in common is Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
It's Democratic leadership. I mean, I think I've told this story on the podcast before. When I lived in Detroit, we had family there. I remember it was Mother's Day. We had my wife's uncle over and his whole family and her cousins. I remember looking at them and I'm like, guys, you've been voting for Democrats for 60 years.
Yeah.
Why not try something else? Because nothing has changed. You know, you look at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, it's easier to come back from an atomic bomb than it is from 60 years of Democrat rule. Why wouldn't you try the other side? And they looked at me like I was insane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're giving your vote away for people who don't care and take it for granted. They only care about the black vote once every 2 and once every 4 years.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And then it's back to, well, that's just part and parcel of living in a big city. It shouldn't be.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, so then here's my question. There was a study that came out, and this just came out in the last day or so, where the Democrat Party, they have lost 4.5 million registered voters. So then the question is, why have they lost so many voters? And I think this is the reason why.
Yeah, I think it's the failure to identify an 80-20 issue. And at their core, the black community is very conservative and very Christian. Like,
absolutely, they're very pro-family.
There's a lot of competing ideologies under the Democrat umbrella, and they don't mesh well with one another.
No, they don't.
And they can talk about big tent politics all they want, but as they go further left on a lot of these issues, transgender for everybody, no cash bail, all this kind of stuff, these communities are looking around going, I don't know if you really have my best interest at heart.
And I think that's why more and more people are leaving the party, the Democrat Party, because they are looking at what they have done for their community in the last, as you said, 50, 60 years. And it's never been more obvious, I think, now than ever before. Before, pre-Donald Trump, they would always, make the argument, we're here, we're trying to help you. But now their entire political party is just based on Donald Trump hatred.
Yeah.
And it's not a good look for them.
They never present any ideas on how to make things better. And
well, you know why that is, though, right?
Because they don't have any.
Well, okay, so number one, they don't have any. But number two is that as long as there's a problem to solve, they feel like they're needed. They can say, you need us to fix the schools. You need us to solve the crime. You need us to whatever it is. And if Donald Trump comes in and he solves the problem of crime in Washington, D.C. in a matter of a few months, then...
It was 9 days.
Yeah, it's been 9 days.
And we saw 11 days now, but we saw the percentages drop like 55% down in robberies, 0 homicides.
So what do we need the Democrat Party for?
We don't.
So then if you are a God-fearing, law-abiding citizen in Washington, D.C., and you have been voting for the Democrat Party for your entire adult life, and the Republicans come in and solve the problem of crime in Washington, D.C. in a matter of less than 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
Then it's like, what the hell have I been voting for the Democrats for all my life?
And we were wondering the same thing.
Now, here's the question, though. We have been wondering.
We've been wondering.
Because we've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
We've been saying this for years. So then the question is, what will the takeaway be to the people in Washington, D.C.? Or let's expand out. What will the takeaway be for people in Memphis? So will they look at this grand experiment in Washington, D.C. and see that the crime has gone down and there's fewer murders taking place and, people are coming to visit Washington, D.C. again? If you're watching in Memphis and you're living in one of these crime-plagued areas in Memphis, and you look at what's happened in Washington, D.C., do you take a step back and you say, hey, Governor Lee, how about sending the National Guard our way?
Imagine how quick Governor Lee could fix that situation. When I had John Rose on my show, who's running for governor in Tennessee, a couple weeks back, and I mean, he's got an uphill battle, but he did say something that was really true. Most of the crime in Memphis is traced back to 600 individuals.
Yeah. Out of a city of, I don't know how many people are in Memphis, but it's got to be.
600, though.
Yeah.
Do you know how easy that would be to crack down on?
And here's the deal. Once you crack down on 200, the other 400.
Thank you.
Scattered.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Yep. Once there's real deterrence in place and real consequences for these actions, as opposed to no cash bail and released an hour later,
Yeah.
things change.
And here's the thing. Then it goes back to the question, if it's that easy, then why don't the Democrats fix it? Because then there's no use for the Democrats and they have nothing to say to the community. They always need to be able to say to the community, we can fix the problem. If they actually fix the problem, like John Rose would do, or whoever, if they had some conservative leadership in Memphis, they would fix the problem and then it would be fine. But the Democrats always need that problem to fix that they never do.
Has Governor Lee even really addressed the Memphis issue?
I'm sure he has, but in words, but not action. In words and not action. Because I know that I've interviewed him, and I know that we've probably spoken about Memphis, but I mean, action means a lot more than words.
He's been a disappointment. I voted for him. I mean,
yeah, I did too.
But can we really look at his tenure as governor and be like, wow, we got that much more conservative. We're leading the nation in conservative values. We are as great as we say we are. Do you feel like that?
No, I think Florida. I think Florida is the leader in conservative states. I think that Ron DeSantis right now. You look at the governors across the country that are conservative, and Ron DeSantis is the bomb.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's.
But Bill Lee is closer to a Governor DeWine out of Ohio than he is a DeSantis out of Florida.
I would say that Governor Lee could be a lot more proactive in trying to solve the problems in a place like Memphis, and quite frankly, in a place like Nashville too.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a short hop and a skip till we have those Memphis problems.
We have here in Nashville, we have a woman by the name of Dr. Adrienne Battle. She is the head of the Metro Nashville School District, and it's the biggest employer in the state. And I think that it is riddled with corruption. They just paid off $6.5 million in lawsuits, and it was Dr. Adrienne Battle. The lawsuits were against her for retaliation and those kinds of things. This district paid off $6.5 million in 5 different lawsuits. Nobody was allowed to ask any question. And Dr. Adrienne Battle, who was the reason for all of these lawsuits, suffered no consequences, no ramifications, and Governor Lee was silent. And here's the thing. I do understand that it's not necessarily his purview. It's not, he's the governor. He doesn't, necessarily work with the local school board, if you will. That's the school board. They run their own deal.
But an issue that affects your biggest city in your state,
yes,
you should address.
Have something to say about it, Governor. For the love of all that is holy, say something and be a leader. And he could very well come out and say, like, the state legislature is talking about taking over the Memphis school district. They're also talking about taking over the Nashville school district. So with a little pressure from the governor, that might kick everybody up into high gear. But he's silent on everything, and it is so incredibly frustrating.
Do you think he's too worried about what life looks like after governor? We often talk about Donald Trump, and we're like, we got a businessman in the White House, and this is why things change. And I think that was one of the selling points on Lee, was that he's an outsider and he's a businessman. But is he too much of a businessman? Is he worried to get too controversial because it will affect the outcome of his businesses post-office?
Not when it came to red flag laws. Because I remember what he wanted to do. Red flag laws.
Maybe he's just too leftist.
And I think since and this is how it works in politics, since I went after him on the red flag laws that he wanted to implement in Tennessee, I've been able to get him on my show exactly once for like 10 minutes. And that's it. Because I attacked him, because I came out against what he wanted to do,
It's
as
so
did
soft though, because even Murphy, who does afternoons on our station, he attacks the mayor of Nashville all the time. And as much as we can call Freddie a soy boy, he goes on the show.
he goes on Murphy's show
and
all the time.
Hey, kudos to him. Props, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't agree with really anything that he's done in the city, but
But Mayor O'Connell is ready and willing to have a conversation.
he's got the balls to talk about it.
You've got to give it up. He'll sit there and he'll have beers with Murphy Show.
Yeah.
So I think that, and we've evolved this conversation, but I think that when it comes to the governor for the state of Tennessee, I do believe that he could try to do more to fix the problems in Memphis. I think Memphis, I believe, and you folks can fact check me in the comments, but I think that Memphis has gotten worse.
Yeah.
Under Bill Lee. I mean, again, somebody can fact check me on that, but
It certainly hasn't gotten better.
no. And I can tell you that the state legislature has been talking about taking over the Memphis school district and the Nashville school district for years now. And come on, guys, it's time to crap or get off the pot, because these students, it's not about politics.
Yes.
It's not about racism. It's not about any of that. It is about the students.
It's about the kids.
They're not safe, and they're not learning anything in the schools in Memphis. So we do need to take over the schools as a state so that we can try to make it better.
Yeah, well, let us know what you guys think in the comments. What's your opinion on Governor Bill Lee? What do you think about the culture of crime that's happening in the United States of America? And is Memphis savable? We want to get your feedback. We'll talk about it on the air this week.
And here's the other question I would have
What's that?
is, okay, so what is the answer to a city like Memphis? What is the answer to the south side of Chicago? I think we have found the answer. The answer is more cops in the streets, whether it's the National Guard or whatever. And clearly we know the answer is not defunding the police.
No, but a backup answer for Memphis would be give it to Arkansas.
That, please.
This is the backup. This is the plan B.
Find me on the socials at Dan Mandis Show.
I'm at Chris Hand on air on True Social, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, hit like, hit subscribe, all the things. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Mostly Peaceful.